I have with me to my right, first player on my right is Dezane Mingo. Last guy on the end is Obina in the Chinnikilla. Um, I'm proud of our team. I'm proud of our team for kind of, we had to gut this one out. Georgia State they were playing really well. We ended up making obviously the last play at the end. It was a heck of a pass by Dezane. Good concentration by Obina on the finish. So really proud of our guys. We didn't celebrate too much because we still have work to do here in Pensacola. But we never downplay any win. I don't care if it's in March or in January. So I'm really proud of these guys for gutting this one out.
We'll open up now for questions. Go right here.
You got that third foul early, when you went to go block that three-point attempt, and you got a fourth with about 8 minutes left. What's your mentality go to? You're really aggressive defensively. What's your mentality go to? You have to try and keep the game going defensively, but, you can't foul out because the team needs you.
Yeah, I just try to, keep playing as hard as I can. Without the foul, coach always say, we know you got, you in foul trouble. That don't mean that you got to, take plays off. I'm just that type of guy that don't take no plays off. So, I know that, I know that I had 4 fouls. So, I just had to, just be disciplined.
Keith in the back.
Keith Morehouse, WSAZ. Obina, for both you and Zane, can you walk us through that last play? Was that designed, or did you guys read each other?
No, it wasn't designed. It wasn't designed. We know when when he came off the ball screen, he saw me behind my defender. We always talk about it in practice. Once I'm running and my defender is backpedaling, that's a lob every time. So I just think that that the pick and roll shooting that we actually doing actually worked today.
Zane, what'd you see?
Yeah, he hit it on the head, but number 33 was trying to call a switch during that situation. There was a little bit of miscommunication, and like he said, he was backpedaling, and he's a great lob threat, so just threw it up there.
Good.
Justin Patrick, Fox Sports Football. So we've seen a lot of first day teams when they walk in here, shooting gets a really slow start, whether that's the arena or whether it's, just not used to the court. Was it, take some time to adjust to the shooting game, with it being such a large arena?
Justin, before these guys answer, I like your hat, man. It's a nice hat. Did you go to Marshall?
From that Huntington.
From Huntington?
I've played here for almost 3 years, and it's always been the same time. It's the same thing. It's just it's just tough when you've been playing in other arena. You come to this arena where, was this like an ice ring and all that? So it's not actually a basketball arena. So yeah, I just feel like you couple shots you got to adjust to it because it's not like the usual court you play in.
Good ball.
Coach A, Paul Chestnut, Fox Sports, Pensacola. Just talk about the last 4 or 5 minutes. You guys were trailing mostly, but you got it out. And at the end, the numbers went. What was that like? The mental toughness?
You know what? We preach mental toughness all the time, and these guys can tell you before the game. We knew it was going to be a game of runs. It's March. Those guys are playing well. We're playing pretty well. And I think at halftime we were down 5 or 6, and there's no 5-point plays really, right? So we take it one possession at a time. But basically it comes down to the end. The last play, we have a name for the call, right? So we've been running probably the last 4 or 5 games and just let these guys make plays and make reads, and they did a heck of a job doing that at the end.
All right.
Tyler Kennett of HD. Zane, is like the last 3 or 4 minutes of the game like your favorite time? It seems like game after game you tend to come up clutch.
Yeah, I like the end of the games. Before playing in Canada, I had to take a lot of those shots, so during those moments, I feel confident. These guys make me feel confident.
Follow up with that. You guys took, I'm not great at math, I think 17 more shots than them. I guess when you have that many extra possessions and everything, how important is it to just keep going after it and keep getting it so that eventually when they start falling, time is right?
Yeah, a big part of that is Nate 6 offensive rebounds, Jake 5 offensive rebounds, so they make it a lot easier for us. That's the reason why we had a lot of those extra shots. They're working really hard. That stuff doesn't really get noticed, but yeah, shout out to them.
Keith, you saw one in the back.
Yeah, Coach, can you talk about your resilience? It seemed like every time you guys climbed back up, they hit a big shot, went back up 5, 6. Talk about your guys just hanging in and playing the whole
It's funny you say that, Keith. We were talking about that on the way up here, right? They were having their way offensively, hitting some tough shots, getting to the free throw line. We went zone. They hit some threes. Guys that don't normally hit threes start making threes. But again, man, these guys, they've been awesome all year. And we talked about just being resilient, just being tough, staying in the moment, and playing one play at a time. And again, I'm super proud of them for believing in one another, for believing in the scouting report, and then obviously making plays at the end, because it comes down to players making plays. You know, I tell you guys all the time, we can, as coaches, we can give them the scout, we can give them the play, we can serve it to them on a silver platter. But if they don't go out and take it to the floor and execute it, then it doesn't work. So these guys executed what we tried to get done today, and at the end, 2 players up here, you know, really good basketball players, high IQ players, experienced players. Both of these guys, Zane averaged 25 in Canada before we got here. All right, Obina has won at a high level, three state championships. He's been on winning teams here at Marshall. So again, these 2 guys at the end, they made a heck of a play.
Good ball.
Coach, since Marshall joined the league, coming to Pensacola, your fans bring it. I mean, you pretty loud out there, a lot of green. What the women's team, they're talking between them as well. What makes Marshall such a special place?
First of all, our women's team, they're doing a heck of a job. I shook all their hands after the game. I said, give me some of that winning mojo. You know, they've won 4 straight down here, so they have it rolling. But how much time do you have for me to answer this question?
I've been there.
You guys have any popcorn back there? Need some popcorn. Marshall's special. Marshall's special. And obviously I played there. So I'm speaking, every time I recruit a guy, and I probably told Zane this and Obina, every time I recruit a guy, I always talk about our fans. I always, in today's climate, that gets lost, you know, because everybody wants to chase the dollar, right? Everybody wants to chase the dollar. But you got guys like Obina and Nate who stayed loyal to Marshall, and these people are super, super loyal. I'll put our fans up against anybody in the country, anybody. I don't care how big your school is, I'll put our fans up. Our fans are passionate, and they care, and they take care of these guys. And guess what? Once you come to Marshall, you're a son of Marshall for life. For life. So, again, a lot of that gets, because guys jump in schools, right? Guy, oh, he'll be at Marshall here, he'll be here, he'll be here. Okay, so when you graduate, where are you going back to? Homecoming, where are you going back to? I graduated from Marshall I graduated in 2001. So how many years is that? 24 years. 24 years. And even before I became the head coach at Marshall, when I came back to Marshall, I was treated like a celebrity. And I was just okay. Okay? But I was treated like a freaking celebrity. So Marshall fans are awesome. They show up, they support, they're loud, they care. They'll let you know, they're passionate, they'll let you know when you're playing bad as well. So you got to appreciate it, because you could be at somewhere where they don't care. So our fans are the best. We appreciate them really showing up for both teams. We appreciate them being loud. But I don't expect anything less, because I've been seeing it for 20 years.
Go right here, Justin.
Coach, you know, this tournament, this conference, you know, when you look at the seeding, of course, the records are really close. You know, y'all were just 1 game behind from those 4 seeds, and, you know, 1 through 4 are all the same record, but really 1 through 7, you know, it's such a competitive conference. And, you know, going forward, you got this Friday slot, the one that you got to win the next 3, right? You know, what do you got to do to get this done?
Well, first of all, once you get here, the records are out the door, right? So everybody's 0-0. But we've just been talking about winning each day. You know what? We hadn't really talked about the game, have we, fellas? We just talk about winning each day. We wanted to win Monday. We wanted to win Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, to give us an opportunity to win today. Because there's no guarantees, right? There's no guarantees. Even if we win all of those days, doesn't guarantee we're going to walk in Pensacola and get a win, right? So we want to focus on winning each day to give us an opportunity. And I think these guys have taken a hold of that and really emphasized, hey, look, let's be good today to give us these moments right here, right? Let's not cheat the days leading up to the game. So that's what we're trying to focus on. Again, they know how we do this. We'll go back to the hotel. We celebrate a little bit in the locker room. We'll clean some of this up, but it's a quick turnaround, and then we'll shift our focus to Arkansas State.
Last question here with Brady on the left.
Yeah, Brady Weiler with Game Talk. You started out the game playing pretty aggressively on them in the perimeter, not really letting them get into their sets. Not something I guess you could keep up for 40 minutes, especially in the tournament. Did you feel like that was important to try and get their offensive flow out of the game?
Yeah, it was. You know what? We've played these guys. This is our third time, and I look back through my notes, and these guys will tell you right before the game. I wrote a note to myself because I journal every game. I got that from our soccer coach, Chris Grassi. When I first got the job, he said, "Coach," and he's one of the best, if not the best coach in the country, soccer-wise, right? He told me, "Coach, journal each game and don't make the same mistake twice." So I put in my journal from our last game that I didn't think we had enough pressure on those guys. And I put in, and I got my notes in the locker room. I said, that's on me. So we wanted to come out and we wanted to be aggressive and we wanted to make these guys work. We wanted to push them out because they're tough. If you let them come down and post up at the elbow and then duck in at the basket, they're tough. So I thought, the way we started the game, we really tried to set the tone. We wanted to keep it going for the whole game. But like you said, that's pretty tough. But nothing's impossible, man. It's March. It's March, and that's why they call it March Madness. And guys like this to my right, if they keep making plays, we can go a long ways.